Hey guys, trying out this new type of video. This is going to be a war recap, so pretty much I'm just going to skim through all of our attacks that were 3 stars and kind of at times 2 speed and kind of give a brief overview on them uh, just so then we can get everyone on the channel and you guys can see all of our attacks rather than some of our attacks. And if you enjoy some of the attacks you see, leave in the comments section and tell me which ones, maybe at what time you would want me to go over. And yeah, if I see that a certain attack strategy is more popular than the other, I'll make sure to highlight those in future videos. So we're going to be looking at our war against Pangi. Is that trademark? We'll just say Pangi Warrior. We won this pretty decisively, 74 to 37. I think they gave up about halfway through, but we're going to be looking at our first attacks here. We're going to start with what is this? Nemesis. Yeah, Nemesis Dax coming at this base. It is a Town Hall 11 v 10, but that shouldn't take away from this attack. Dip attacks are still very difficult to do, especially with max Town Hall 10 defenses. So we are looking at a bowler attack, 2 jumps. Unfortunately, actually fortunately, his troops do go in the center. It didn't look like they would at the beginning, but they do go in the center. Queen is taking out this Inferno Tower, and once the Inferno Tower is down, with a Queen still up, plenty of bowlers on the left side, a rage to make sure that they get through this base. There's not much to say for this base. Actually, he lost all of his bowlers here, so it looks like it came a lot closer than I thought. It wasn't a complete stomp, but he still does barely take out this base with the Queen and those healers, and all that is left is this cleanup, and we'll move on to the next raid. And boom. Hopefully ×2 doesn't make this too long, but we're going to go to our next attacker, Necromancer, attacking this base. This is, it looks like a Town Hall 10 with no Infernos, but has 4 Expos. So it is a bit more than a Town Hall 9.5. But very nice funnel going here with Necro. Looking at this raid, he didn't lose a single bowler. They all went straight to the core, and this pretty much shows how devastating bowlers can be if they all get funneled into that core, pretty much wiping this entire base very easily. Has some back end hogs for these outside defenses. Pretty smooth right here. Lost quite a few hogs. I don't remember how, I didn't see how many he brought, but he still has that 1 left over. Plenty of troops for the cleanups. Has that skeleton spell if time was ticking and he felt that he needed to use it, but it doesn't look like he will. Very nice attack by Necromancer. Let's see how many hogs he had in this. He had 6 hogs, so not that many hogs in this raid, because most of it would be taken down, because he was just gutting it from the core very easily. Another example of Town Hall 9.75. It's Town Hall 9 with 4 Expos. So, yeah, not much else to say. Looks like we have the Bewitched attack, the bowler and witches. Very nice funnel with the outside bowlers and witches to make sure that the inside bowler and witches go straight down the middle of this base. 2 jump spells to completely overpower this base. Not much to say here, kind of a wipe. This is what happens when we both sides have engineered bases. Some of them just don't have the greatest of defenses, so then when you just come at here with another Town Hall 11, it's pretty much lights out at that point. So moving on to the next raid, we have 900 Dark. So, or 90 Dark. We'll just call him Dark. Attacking this base. It looks like this is, looks like he has the high level golem. So it is a Town Hall 9.5 attacking a Town Hall 9. A little bit of a wall breaker fail right there, but has to use the jump spell, unfortunately. Outside Queen makes it very easy pickings for that king, and the Queen will take care of the CC troops. So we are making our way over this wall, getting into the core of the base. Doesn't have much tanking for these hogs, so he's just going to lay it on thick at the beginning. Raged hogs, you know we all love raged hogs. Taking out that small portion of the base, healing up the rest of these hogs. there's just too many hogs, too many heals. Even without tanking, it is a complete overkill. Pretty much the power of level 6 hogs on a Town Hall 9 base. Yeah, that is our next attack by Dark. Let's move on to the next one, which is going to be by Mastermind. Mastermind is just going to sweep through this base with 4 lava hounds or 5 lava hounds and just a ton of balloons. Going to be preying on these low level bases with this massive balloon attack. These are pretty much all our engineered people wiping out the leftover bases, so then our other people can try these higher bases, so then they can get that practice in. And it's kind of a safety bunker, so if we aren't doing so hot, we have this to lean back on, but most of the time it isn't needed. But still, very good attack by Mastermind, completely wiping this base and leaving that corner builder hut for the final 1% of that 3-star. We're going to go back to Dark, attacking this base. Another Town Hall 9. We're going to be having this baby dragon for funnel. 2 golems, going to be moving on this left side right here. Nice funnel with these wizards, nice and wide. Unfortunately, some get picked off by that cannon, but I think it is fine here. Going to drop these bowlers and a jump spell. Very nice funnel on these bowlers. They all get into the core, no stragglers. Queen is going to be taking care of the CC. Everything's in the core, and here come the hogs. Gets a bit unlucky with that bomb right there, but doesn't really matter. Has the heals, has the hogs. Probably could have started on the top side of the space where most of the tanking was going on, but it isn't that big of a deal. He had the hogs, he has the heals, and this is going to be a wrap for this base. I'm going to speed it up so you see it as 3-star. I think that was a swag heal, I might have missed it, but swag heal, a very nice finishing touch. Moving on, it looks like this is my raid. This is me attacking this Town Hall 9. So pretty easy base, nice and symmetrical. I did get a scout beforehand, so we do know that there is the dragons in the CC. Very easy lure as well. So we do have these 2 golems at the top, dropping the wall breakers to get them into the core. I've actually been liking this double jump into a lot less hogs, and you just pretty much take out the entire middle of the base and just have these hogs for the outside portion of it. Dropping a heal for those hogs on the left because there was a lot of tanking going on, and we did run into those giant bombs right there, so we had to drop a heal right there. But a nice queen walk along the outside. Still have pretty much everything up. Didn't really lose much that raid. Full heroes, so we could then go farm a bit later. So moving on to our next attack by M4K. This was actually the highlighted attack that I showed that has just been uploaded to YouTube. So you'll be seeing this attack before this recap. So if you want a more in-depth look at this attack, you can always go check out that video. So I guess I can put this at ×4 just because we have seen this raid, and these war recaps probably take a long time, so we want to save a bit of time here. So Queen taking out these 2 air defenses. Once the 2 air defenses are down, then we are free to send in those lava hounds followed by those balloons, haste them through, rage them through. Once both of them pop, you know you need to drop that rage, because if you let these balloons sit too long with an air defense shooting at them, even if you have a lot of them, they can all go down because of how slow they move. Has full heroes, so can do a loot raid right after that raid. So now we're going to move on to our next attacker, which is Huns. Probably because our early attackers just took out those high bases So all that was really left for Huns was this low level base right here for the troops. But that does not take away from the attack. We're starting with a queen walk from the bottom side of this base. Exposed heroes, very easy pickings for this queen. So making her way, engages the king after taking out that air defense. Doesn't really matter the air defense just because this seems to be a mass Valkyrie attack. So we're starting the second portion of this raid after a very nice funnel from this queen, making sure that all his troops head over to that right side. So then they all focus down the targets together, take it out real fast. Now that funnel has been created on both sides, he can drop those Valkyries, which are going to just tear through this core. Real spell, which is a rage and a heal, taking care of that town hall and everything in that compartment. Complete overkill, but what can you expect from one of our best attackers attacking something much easier than a town hall 10. So we're going to move on to our next attacker, which is Dragon Master, attacking this base right here. This looks like a Town Hall 9 attack. Doesn't even have the king. He is that confident in his abilities to take out this base. 2 golems followed by the bowlers. Bowlers almost went in front of those golems. Luckily they didn't, because you don't want your bowlers to tank for your golems. You want your golems to tank for your bowlers. But I think they ran into probably a balloon or something, because they're all just got eviscerated and they no longer exist. But pretty much we are now onto the hog portion of the raid. Didn't actually take care of the queen. Instead he is taking her out with a skeleton spell, as the hogs actually tank for the skeletons. Haven't really seen that before, but it worked, so maybe that is something that we can do more often, and maybe not have to have the queen as such a high priority on our hit list, or one of the big things we need to take out before we can start the main portions of our raid. But it was probably also a really low queen, so that's probably why he got away with it. Next we're going to Killer Queen, attacking this base. This is actually an internet base. I've seen this base a lot, so if you are wondering how to take out this internet base, well, you're looking at it right here. Maybe I can highlight this attack just because this is an internet base, in case some people are still running into internet bases. I know that we don't very often, but I guess sometimes we do. So, dropping a poison on this CC, taking out this entire core. Once the core is being tanked for, you can just drop your hogs very easily. He's actually dropping them on both sides, which isn't something that you should do, but it works here because the core, of course, is tanking at every direction, so it doesn't really matter where you start your hogs from. Swagging that heal in the core, asserting dominance, and moving on to the next raid. Very nice attack by Killer Queen. Okay, another attack by Killer Queen. A Town Hall 8 with 1 Inferno. So I haven't seen that before, but even 1 Inferno can be very difficult to deal with if you're not really prepared or have much practice against it. I know I am garbage against Infernos, but one day I'll get good at it. But we are making our way to this core. That 1 Inferno tower going to cause a bit of trouble for that golem, completely destroying it, but actually don't care about this golem. We're looking at this hog portion, which it doesn't matter if you have an Inferno tower if literally every single defense targeting troop is attacking it. I don't think there is enough firepower to save you there. Unfortunate for that Inferno tower right there. Pretty much got hit by everything that Killer Queen brought to this raid, and didn't really stand much of a chance, especially for level 1 single target Inferno. So now we're looking at Kiki. Kiki is a new member to the clan, and it looks like Kiki is bringing what's it called, a witch walk attack or witch slap. I call this a witch slap, or I call it a witch clap, because I look at each witch clumps as a hand. So if you have 2 hands, then you're clapping. If it was just one massive witch walking, then it would be 1 hand, then it would be a slap. But who am I to decide what attack strategies should be called what? Pretty much we have dual walk, dual witches coming at this base from both sides to create that funnel for that kill squad of a king, a queen, and bowlers, completely bullying this base. But you gotta do what you gotta do, and we are completely taking out this entire core, so then these witches can take out everything along the outside, because that is what witch do. All that's left are these single targeting things like the Tesla and the Archer Tower, which do go down, but pretty much it has no chance of survival against all these witches that are still left up. And that is a 3-star by Kiki. Let's move on to our last, not our last raid. We're getting there, guys. We're getting to these final raids. Dark Knight. This looks like an internet base, but I think it's just a cool design. I've seen something that looks like this, but just because it looks like it, I wouldn't call it an internet base. So, but it does look like an internet base. The point is, he is attacking this base with a Goho, coming down the middle with this kill squad, then sending in these hogs, 3 at each defense. Doesn't really have to send them in a counterclockwise fashion, just because this seems to be Town Hall 8 versus Town Hall 9, so then your hogs are strong enough to just overpower each defense, no tanking needed. I think we're getting to that point where it's just Town Hall 9s v Town Hall 8s. We'll just put these at 4, just so that we don't take away people from getting their spotlight, I guess. But pretty much, it looks like this is going to be a mass baby dragon, actually. So I guess having a little bit of fun with these raids, zapping one of the air defenses to make sure that you don't have any air defenses to really deal with when you're sending in your baby dragons. 1 troll Tesla, but it's not going to be enough against all the troops that are still left alive. Let's move on to our next attacker by Frank Martin. I believe Frank Martin is, actually never mind, Frank Martin I guess recently went to Town Hall 9. I guess not recently, because he does have that level 17 queen, but I thought he was one of our Town Hall 8s. I guess he is moving up in the Town Halls. Town Hall 8 is not where it's at, I guess. I guess Town Hall 9 is where it's at now. But even Town Hall 9, people are saying Town Hall 10 is where it's at. But that doesn't matter. He is completely wiping this base with a Mass Dragon. Not much to say there. Zapquake and Mass Dragon, and you are good to go. Speaking of dragons, we have Dragon Master coming at this base with no king again, but with a base like this, I don't think you really need a king. So going to take out this base with the Goho, pretty much take out that core, then sprinkle in your hogs. Isn't even going to use the last heal. Going to keep that in the back pocket. Never mind, he's just going to use it as the swag. Always love the swag. Also healing the queen at the same time so he can use it later. No, don't have to wait. Howd is our next attacker. Howd was also a Town Hall 8, quite not recently, but last I remember he was one of our Town Hall 8 attackers, but pretty much another Zapquake drag attack. Why put the effort into, I don't want to make it sound like I'm dissing on the attack, but pretty much if dragon is easy to pull off and it's consistent, why bother doing anything else? That's what I did for a while when I was Town Hall 8. If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Another example of a mass dragon attack, just sweeping over this base like it's no one's business. Queen, king for the cleanup. There's nothing much this Town Hall 8 can do against these level 4 dragons. Good attack by Frank Martin. I think we're almost to the finish line here. We have a Goho by Script. Script is like, yo man, I don't have those high level dragons, but I do have this Goho. Let me show you. So, a nice, not funnel, nice CC lure, followed by the Golem and Wizard's going to get that Golem into the core. So then, okay, never mind, just starting the hog attack right now, just sending it all in. He's like, who needs tanking when I have all these hog riders. And when you have all these hog riders, yeah, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Man, a sea of hog riders at times 4, it's like, whew. I don't know what that thing is called. It's like it's not Etch a Sketch. Pretty much we'll just say it's like a whiteboard, and you just have an eraser and you're just wiping away the writing so easily. That's pretty much what happened right there. A Town Hall 7. Town Hall 7, Town Hall AP, Town Hall 7, Go-Ho. Another example of just a sea of hog riders, like no one's business, you know, just sweeping through the base. And yeah, I might cut these ones in future videos, just because you guys don't want to see these like attacks. Yeah, and then these are my mini attacks, which are just on the little bases that probably only have one cannon and stuff. So I do hope you guys enjoy this video. Do you like that I talk over it, or would you like it at times 2 with some music in the background, or maybe music in the background and me talking? I have no idea. If you did make it to the end of this video, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace, guys. Tell me if you want to see more of these.